chance to raise behind a bit for your turn. Yes, but
Coach, once again, Travis had scored a centuries back-to-back touch. Where do you think things are going wrong when Travis Head is batting? Any particular plan? The short ball ploy is not being employed against him. What's your entire assessment?
Yeah, first of all, he's in. We can say he's in pretty good form. Guys playing like that, that fashion, back-to-back innings, we can only give that also a lot of credit. But I think for us with the ball, if you look at it from overs 50 to 80, even in the last game, at the moment is where we sort of fall short, leaking a little bit. So that's one area that I think we need to get better at. I think, first up with the ball this morning, we were pretty good. At 3 for 70, you put 2 in the scoreboard there, and you're right back in the game. But take nothing away from 2 world-class players. Steve Smith, we know, on the other hand, he's a guy that also can bat big and score runs. So yeah, they put a partnership on the board there, put us under pressure with a softer, older ball. And yeah, so it's definitely an area that we need to focus on, is maybe deeper in the innings in terms of game plans. Yes, we've got the game plans, but are we executing those game plans with a softer ball from both ends? That's something we need to discuss and get better at.
Morning, of course, Jasprit Bumrah, the amount of balls he bowled in this series so far, he has been the one-man army for India in the bowling attack. Do you think that he's getting enough support from the other end, considering the kind of workload he's managing and all?
Look, I mean, today I thought Akashdeep bowled really well. He bowled his heart out. Same for Siraj. Siraj struggled with cramp. Early on in the day. So for him to still run in today, close of play and bowl short balls and bowl that new ball spell for me was great to see. Bumrah's number 1 bowler in the world, and of course, you need somebody to back him up and help him in that partnerships. But I honestly can't fault the effort from the other seamers today. Akash asked good questions with the new ball up front, asked good questions with the older ball up front, and on another day could have easily picked up 3 wickets. So but that's the nature of this game. Test cricket, is a tough. You can have tough days like this, and I can only say that I thought the bowlers, yes, didn't get it right at times, but in terms of effort, you can't fault that.
Yes. Morning, just once again on Travis Head, it's easy to say, or you can just block one side up and focus on block the offside up, hold to him on the pads. Is it that easy, or how difficult is it to bowl that to Travis Head, or was that the plan and it wasn't executed?
I mean, our plan going into this game, was to bowl a little bit more over the wickets, just to bowl a straighter line. We felt he played it quite nicely in Adelaide when we came around, but still, as an individual bowler, you need to back your strength. I think you need to sum up the conditions, what the ball is doing, what the wicket is doing. Here we were quite lucky that there was a little bit of bounce. The margins to him is just so small, and like I said, once he's in, what is the best way for the team and for you to maybe slow down the scoring rate, because he's going to be aggressive. What is the best way of bringing a little bit of control into the game? And like I said, from overs 50 with that softer ball at the moment, that's where we're leaking at the moment, and that's the phase that we need to get better at.
Morning, you mentioned your ball gets softer and doesn't react so much. Akash was getting the ball to move. Akash was getting your ball to move, and Smith was facing. So that stuff was happening.
Yeah.
But when Head comes on strike, it's kind of feels to us.
It's like they're bowling a different wicket.
So what is it about Head that makes it seem like he's almost batting on a different wicket and almost no plans?
Yeah, like I said, that's a great question. One batter, the ball is moving, and the other side, it looks pretty straight and pretty flat. But I think also in this nature of the surface, it takes some time to get used to bowling a length. As a fast bowler, we always ask the guys or as a coach to get a little bit fuller because of the amount of bounce you get. But you also don't want to get too floaty. And I think today, a lot of balls sort of on good length went over the stumps. A lot of LB reviews was just missing and going over. So in a way, you bowl for one dismissal, not taking anything away, from from that. But yeah, it is quite a venue where getting used to bowling the right length and trusting that it does take a bit of time.
You, please, Ryan. Yeah, please.
Only what was the thinking behind Jadeja's inclusion? His performance?
Yeah, I mean, Jadu, sort of, if you look at it, if you say coming into this Test match, haven't had a lot of game time, but he's also a guy that's taken a lot of Test wickets. He's a very experienced player, and we just felt we wanted to bring in the left arm option as something different. Sitting with Rohit. So yeah, Jadu is a guy that can also offer us a lot with the bat. Unfortunately today, it wasn't his day as a spinner. They're going to put you under pressure, and it's sort of in their game plan to put him under pressure to force us to bring back our main strike bowlers. But yeah, Jadu for me is a world-class player, and he'll work it out.
You spoke about the plans that were made for header and the execution part of it, but how challenging is it to keep at it, considering it felt like India were following the ball, like he played a shot, the fielders got moved and plans kept changing constantly. Is it something that you would want to look at and keep persisting till at some point, despite the runs that he's getting?
Look, that's one thing we need to discuss. Are we going to chase the ball? Probably not, or are we going to stick to the plan and then just execute better? That is what some of the things we will sit and look at tonight and over the next couple of days, and have to get better at.
On a 405 for 7 after 101 overs, when you put them into bat yesterday, obviously that was not the plan.
Yeah.
What was the thought process behind?
We sort of looked at overhead conditions. We knew a bit of rain around the next couple of days, and just thought, looking at the surface, if we can get the ball in the right area, we can take wickets. Like I said, I thought controlling the run rate for a big part of the game, and staying patient was key. And if we could have added 1 or 2 wickets, onto that, that just sort of, that winning the toss and bowling first would have worked. But unfortunately, we're on the other side of it, and we just need to take the positives out of it. And how we can look at this is it's a good wicket to bat on if we can get in. So when we do get that opportunity tomorrow, it's about getting through the new ball, because I honestly feel like with a new ball, it's a bit of a new ball surface. Although we did see a couple of balls with a nip when it got a little bit older, but I think it's a good surface to bat on. So I think for us it's important now to put today aside and get our minds switched on and strong for a big batting innings.
Now I have the final one. Yes.
Morning, the Australian top 4 seem content to leave a lot of balls at that time. And then, does it almost feel from an India viewpoint that their game plan revolves around head a little bit, pushing that emphasis?
It's definitely a sort of thing, if you look at it, where they try to get sort of through just for that first new ball spell, get our guys back into our second and third spells as quick as possible to set it up for a march and a head, and those guys that can take the game away. So that's why it's so crucial to make them play and pick up those early wickets. But also, do you want to go searching and leak at the Gabba here? There's been so many theories about the blueprint how to play here. I think again, it's about out there in the middle with ball in hand, summing up the conditions, hitting the right lengths, but hitting it consistently. Again, maybe yesterday when we had that 12-over spell, we at times a little bit wide if we are critical, but I thought today we bowled, up front, we bowled pretty well.
Thank you.
Thanks.